You belong to the tribe of women in Nigeria's northwest who have inherited the trade of farming. It is your major means of livelihood. You grow the food you feed your family. You sell and even give some out to support your neighbors and relatives. But there are terrorists who come to rob, destroy, and kill in your farms. It is no longer safe, and you fear for your life, so the frequency and quality of your farming are reduced. For some, they are even forced to stop farming altogether. What does this mean for you, a mother, a provider? What does it mean for all the mouths you have to feed? Welcome to Vestiges of Violence. Here, we talk about survivors. For Human Angle, I am Sabiga. Rabi Agada is a farmer from Zamfara, northwest Nigeria, who cultivates wheat, groundnut, and beans. She has 2 farms and harvests up to 40 bags of beans and 10 bags of groundnuts. She also cultivates rice, primarily for her family's consumption. As a widow and the sole provider, farming sustains her family. She sells the produce from her farm to make money, but the terrorists came and began to steal, terrorize, and kill.
These terrorists have stopped us from farming. Whenever I hear that they are here, I become so worried. I fall ill. I have to be taken to the hospital and given intravenous fluids.
One evening, Rabi and her son were seated in their compound chatting when they heard a banging on the gate. Terrorists had come to kidnap her son inside her own home. At gunpoint, they commanded him to go with them. These instances of insecurity have hindered her growth as a farmer. They have meant less food, less money, and fewer resources for Rabi, who could once comfortably feed and care for her family. Ai Awalun Nasara is a farmer with a similar story. A 50-year-old mother from Bakura local government area, Zamfara. She owns a farm that she has now abandoned because factors like old age and especially insecurity do not allow her to continue farming. Because of this, she struggles to earn a living.
You want to earn a living, but you also want your life. You don't want to be killed. Do you stay?
Ai says the cost of living has made it difficult to get seedlings to plant, food to eat, or money to pay people to farm for her. Even when she does farm, she gets robbed as soon as it gets dark. It's either her life or money to these robbers.
And even when we farm, as soon as it gets dark, you get robbed. It's either your life or you give money to these robbers.
Ai vividly remembers when robbers attacked her younger brother, killed him as he was tending to his cattle, and took away the herd. Rabi Garba, a widow who farms solely for her family's needs, craves peace in her home. The insecurity has displaced her from a village in Sokoto to Zamfara, but even here, she is not able to farm. It has been 2 years since her displacement, and she wishes to return home.
I just want to live in peace. Let there be peace so I can go home.
The insecurity in northwest Nigeria has significantly impacted the lives of many in the region. Kidnapping, robbery, cattle rustling, and even killings have become rampant. Many women have been prevented from farming, costing them their produce, properties, and sometimes their lives. Most of the women we spoke to are widows and sole providers who can no longer comfortably feed their families as a result. Other women whose husbands bravely continue to farm say they are constantly at risk. One woman told us that her children now work on her farm, but they are always on the run because they often come under attack by terrorists. The cost of living crisis has exacerbated the situation. Higher cost of seedlings, fertilizer, and transportation have reduced the quantity of produce and increased hunger. Coupled with insecurity, the situation has become dire. This story was reported by Abubakar Gumi, narrated by Sabik Abello. Multimedia editor is Anthony Asamuta, and executive producer is Ahmed Salkida. In order to protect the identities of survivors, we use voice actors for this episode. If you or anyone you know have a story to share on vestiges of violence, do not hesitate to get in touch with us.